have you stop right there?
Walking into this college gym are evacuees from a pretend radiation leak at Waterford's Millstone nuclear plant. This drill keeps New Haven area crews ready to play their part in a nuclear incident.
We will be monitoring for radiological activity on any of these folks that are coming in, both their vehicles and their persons and even their pets.
Everyone is screened and scanned. As part of the drill, some are found to be contaminated and have to go through various levels of decontamination. Now, the gym here at Southern is a long way away from the Millstone plant, and that's the idea. If there were a radiation leak, people would have to get far away from the plant. The people who live in Lyme, East Lyme, and Old Lyme, they're supposed to come here, and if you live in one of those towns, you should already know that.
They know exactly what to do, they know where to go, they know the numbers to call, they know how they're going to get their information. So again, the whole community is involved in this.
Dosimeter check and documentation, please.
Depending on the kind of emergency Millstone might have, those communities could be changed for a long time. So the final phase of the drill is helping find evacuees a place to live. They do drills like this every few years, and watching over each one is the Federal Emergency Management Agency.
The FEMA role here is to evaluate the performance of the players and recommend improvements and give them credit for good performance.
Okay. Thank you.
All these different sports taught in just one camp, and that's exactly the idea Carrie and Steve Boyle had when they started 2-for-1 Sports Camp.
So we created this model, 2-for-1. Life's too short for just one sport, where kids come and they choose different sports, and it may be one that they really, really enjoy, and maybe something they never tried before.
Do you have a favorite sport?
Yes, baseball. Baseball?
Why?
Because you get to hit, run, and it's really fun.
Every kid has a favorite, but by learning other sports, like say fencing, they can actually get better at their favorite. Maybe that's basketball.
So when I'm teaching defense, I teach like a fencer. Someone goes up for a jump shot, okay, I want to be able to block it, but if they go by me, I need to be able to come back dribbling.
Of course, by playing all these different sports, the kids become better athletes. That's one idea, but there's a secondary concept at work here too, fostering what's called physical literacy.
The U.S. definition of it is the desire, the confidence, and the ability to be physically active for life.
The U.S. Surgeon General thinks physical literacy is so important. He praised 2-for-1's sports sampling approach in a recent report. Too often these days, kids play one sport year-round because their parents encourage it.
Because what we're finding is that kids don't play anymore, right? Everything's sort of hyper-instructive. It's always adults hovering.
In other words, not much fun. Kids who play multiple sports feel more like they're, well, playing.
And life's too short for just one sport.
That's the motto, and the thinking is keep sports fun, and those kids will stay active and healthy for the rest of their lives. In West Hartford, I'm Kent Pierce, News 8.
287 cadets arrived at the Coast Guard Academy early this morning, and that is the largest incoming class since 2011. Today is a bittersweet day for Shane Myers. His daughter, Hannah, is starting her training at the Coast Guard Academy in New London.
The car ride here was a little quiet and exciting, I think. She's ready to get started.
The new cadets arrived early this morning with their families. A short time later, there were hugs, tears, and words of encouragement as they had to separate.
This is the first 7 weeks of their Coast Guard career, 7 weeks out of the 200 weeks that they're going to be here at the Academy. So it's just the beginning of their journey to becoming a Coast Guard cadet.
The Academy wasted no time getting down to business. The cadets were issued clothing, shoes, and for the guys, they had to get that all-important haircut, which essentially meant shaving everything off. Once the initial phase of training is complete, cadets will also spend a great deal of time on their academics.
That's what the country expects of commissioned officers, so that's what we want to build here.
This period of training is known as Swab Summer. The cadets are referred to as swabs, which is basically a mop. The goal is to break them down, then build them back up again. While it won't be easy for some, their families are standing by them for the challenging road ahead.
I think my wife and I are pretty proud of her. She worked extremely hard, and it's been a long, hard road for her to get here.
Now, getting into the Academy wasn't exactly easy. There were nearly 2,000 applicants, and of that number, only 287 of them were accepted. Reporting from New London, Brian Spiros, News 8.
Over the past 21 years at the University of Hartford, Pat Miser built the foundation for Hartford's athletics department. But now there is a new face on campus, and he is here to lead the athletic program to new levels of success.
Yes, my name is Anton Goff. I'm the athletic director at University of Hartford. My experience coming to Hartford has been absolutely fantastic. And then the support that I've received from administration, our student athletes, our students on campus, and our president has been absolutely fantastic. And having been able to experience that has made the experience that much better for me and my family. And you know, for me, it's if my family's happy, I'm happy, and I can focus on my job. And so it's been great.
Anton Golf is the 5th director at the University of Hartford and sees great potential within the university's athletic department.
I've been around a lot of great campuses, and I think University of Hartford is one of those too. I've been to a couple games now, and I've seen the excitement in the crowd, our student section. Now I think it could be better, and we're going to improve it, but I think it's really, really exciting here on campus.
Anton has nearly 20 years of experience in athletic administration and is looking to maintain and make improvements within Hartford's athletics department, engage with the athletes, as well as gain more support from the campus and outside community.
I think he's a great guy. I think he's an athletic director that wants to win. He comes and he'll come and lift with us at like 7 in the morning, and he'll high five us all in the hallway. I mean, it's good to have an athletic director that wants to win as bad as the players do.
Well, I think one of the things I want to do with our student athletes and building relationships is to continue to be there for them. What I have to do more is get out into the community, have the community get to know who I am, what my vision for Hartford Athletics is. It's basically competitive excellence. We have 6 pillars of excellence that we're going to focus on here.
With the hopes to make his first season with the Hawks special, Anton has made it his mission to be successful both on and off the court by maintaining strong relationships with his athletes, coaches, the students, and the Hartford community.
He's just an awesome, cool guy. He comes to all of our practices, came to Mexico with the women's basketball team, and he just likes to interact with all the student athletes. You can just tell that he loves his job.
What I do to build a relationship with our student athletes is, first and foremost, be available. You know, I go to our practices, I go and speak to our student athletes. I want them to know who I am and that I care about them as a person, not just an athlete. And so, you know, I try to travel with our teams so they can get to know me and my family on a different level than just being the athletic director.
To add to his availability and a way to engage with the community, Anton has introduced an Ask the AD section on the Hartford Hawks website where he personally answers any questions. For updates on athletics at the University of Hartford, follow Anton Golf and the Hartford Hawks on Twitter and check them out on Facebook. The Hartford women's basketball team has taken off on their season. The Lady Hawks will return to the Rich Family Pavilion to play their first home opener of the season against the Providence Friars. The win would be the 12th home opening victory under the head coach Jen Rosati and extend the Hawks streak to 3-0.
I think with Coach Rosati, she's such an inspirational person, and she just wants you to do better in life. And so with her, with being with us every day and teaching us the ways of life, it's only going to further us in the future.
The Hawks are also among one of 3 schools out of 7 that remain undefeated in Connecticut. If you would like to keep track of the Hartford women's basketball team, all home games are available online for free.
Going into the American East Conference, you know, we definitely want to have the support of the fans and the supporters to, you know, help us bring home a championship this year.
Go and visit hartfordhawks.com for any further information on games or stats.